Welcome to the BoyFriends podcast, where we help you find your circle
and your man.
I'm Jarrod D. King. I'm here with Tony and Renee and our special guest, Lee Thomas from Philly Black Pride. He's joining us again for another fantastic episode. So excited to have him here.
So glad to be here. I'm enjoying myself.
Good. So, when I aired this, Philly Black Pride would have passed. So, but what else, I guess, would be coming up for Philly Black Pride after Pride? Because I know you do some other things. What could people look forward to after Philly Black Pride?
So we are finally releasing this scholarship that we've been raising money for right after Pride. So the application will be available on our website. I believe May 2nd is the release date, and it's for $500 scholarships.
Nice.
For people who are in higher education. I mean, you can be anything as long as you're attending a school of higher education. And then we are planning something for Pride Month around Juneteenth. We don't have the exact idea of what it is yet, but we know that we're doing something. Actually, we do know. The scholarship is going to be awarded during Pride Month, specifically during Juneteenth. So that's one of the things that we'll be doing.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay. Yeah. Well, look, I will be around for Juneteenth. So we have an interesting topic to go through today, which is all about love languages. We're going to go through using and understanding each other's love languages and how exactly to effectively use that information in a relationship or when dating. So I guess I'll just start off with, what is everybody's love language?
I didn't take a test, so I don't know. But
okay.
I can tell you what I love. I love gifts.
You love gifts. Okay, you like getting a gift.
No, but I like to give gifts as well too.
Okay.
So I'm a giver and a getter.
I'm sure
you
are.
Dang, you gotta take me on a date first. Damn.
It sounds good in my head.
Yeah. Okay. So you like gifts. I like a gift. It's not my top though. Geez, we're just running into all the terms now, huh? No,
it's not your top.
It's not my top.
What is your top?
Tell us about it. Go into detail.
Quality time. Now, just before recording, I went online and I took the test, and I thought my top would be words of affirmation.
Okay.
It isn't. I think words of affirmation and physical touch, are tied for second place.
Okay.
But quality time is actually the most important for me, based on the quiz I took on the official website. So yeah, I need to have my person around me. I need to spend time with them, because I feel like and it makes sense, because in my mind, time is the most valuable thing to spend. It's more valuable than money to me personally. So if you're spending time with me, that is that's like the world to me.
But were you a little, I don't want to say devastated, but were you disappointed that what you thought wasn't at the top was not at the top?
I wouldn't say disappointed. I think it was just it wasn't what I expected.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've shifted. I used to think touch was my number one. Right. Now that I have the quiz, it kind of puts it all into perspective.
That quiz really did put it into perspective. You should put it in a link.
Oh yeah, I'll put the link in the description for sure for you guys all to take it. But Renee, what you said, it was kind of put into perspective for you. What was your?
So I thought that mine would be words of affirmation or getting gifts. But mine is acts of service, and as soon as I started taking the test, I kind of knew it. I was like, oh, I'm an acts of service kind of person. I definitely like someone who, makes moves to make to help me make my life a little bit easier, or find ways to make me happy. Not just giving me this big extravagant gift, but doing my laundry, you know? Like, hey, I know you're busy. I did your laundry for you. Or like, hey, I know you were hungry, so I picked you up like a scone or something like that. Just acts of service. And then I think, what was my second place one? I can't remember my second place one.
I don't remember either.
But honestly, everything was like pretty even. I had a pretty even circle, but the last one was definitely physical touch.
And why is that? You don't like anybody touching you? Because we know that's not true.
That is so that is not true at all.
Talking about getting railed or whatever.
Let's get that out of the way. No, I just don't like PDA. I like hand holding, but I don't like too much physical touch like around other people. Like I'll take like a kiss on the cheek, but if you're like touching me and like rubbing my shoulders in front of people, I'm like, stop and get away. Like, God, can I have my?
Well, what is that? Is it because is it because you're in front of other people and you're like?
I think it is. Yeah, it's in front of other people that it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. I truly don't know why, but I just. It's like embarrassing. Like people are like looking at us. Like this is a private thing that we have going on.
I mean, what are y'all doing that people are looking? I mean, like how?
I mean, just like
it's a little
just like okay, so like doing like stuff like this, I don't like it. I don't.
See, I would love that.
Or like
you know what I'm saying?
Petting like my hair. Sorry for touching you. I didn't ask you first. I apologize. But like stuff like this, I don't like.
You know, it's fine with him. He always talk about. Never mind. I'll be quiet.
I'm telling you, I get it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's nice in private, but just in front of other people, I don't like it. I like that kind of touching. I do. It's just in front of other people. I will take hand holding and a kiss on the cheek. That's it.
I like a little soft tap on the butt.
If it's discreet, sure, super discreet. Like, I just don't want anyone to see it. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I get it. And I think on some level, it's like, how showy are you about it? Or, like, is this really just for us? Or are you, like, trying to, like, perform for people? Like,
I guess, yeah.
You know, there's sometimes it's just, like, obnoxious PDA. Like, I remember, I don't know, I was, like, Disney World or something, and I was, like, in, like, one of the little, like, boats or something going down the river, and there's, like, this couple sitting on the railing, and they're just, like, going at it. And I'm just, like, okay, y'all are doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you need to take it to the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if, like, we just started going out. No.
And it's almost...
I haven't been in a relationship before, so it might be different for me when I'm in a relationship, but especially if we, like, have gone on, like, no more than 3 dates and you're, like, all over me in front of people.
It could be, I mean, like, I guess on some level it could also read as, like this is mine, like, you know, nobody, it could almost read as, like, you know, marking. I don't know. Don't you think? I don't know. I don't know if that, but I just feel like if you're doing all that,
Tony,
sometimes it could be
I
like
see thoughts circling in that brain.
You
What
know,
say
I'm
you?
just
What
waiting.
say you?
Am I
I'm waiting my
read?
turn.
I thought that was normal for not liking PDA.
No, I'm actually listening to everybody and I'm thinking about my own, like, personal experiences. Like, I think I'm more aligned with Lee on this love language, you know, discussion. My number one was definitely gifts, and it's both receiving gifts and giving gifts. So, but it's the meaning and the purpose behind it. I promise you, I'm one of the most simplest people. Like, people, somebody got me something small like a plant. I was like, oh my God, I love plants. And it's the meaning behind it. And it's the purpose. Like, I don't care how small it is. I'm such a stinker, like, for gifts. And I love
to get
that.
you an easy bake oven for your home.
Listen, we just talked about that.
I know.
I just am. And the whole physical touch, that was my top second one. Just in general, I'm just a very affectionate person. And so I am, like, with my friends, with people who I'm dating, and I'm just super affectionate. Even if it's just something simple as watching a movie, cuddling up and snuggling on the couch. Lee, when you talk about that little tap on the butt, if I'm cooking dinner and you tap my butt, I'm like, okay, now we cooking up some eggs in the kitchen. Thank you, baby. You know, that feels good and that's cute.
Right.
Even we out a quick little, you know, hey, you know, we going into the movies and you grab my hand real quick, and or we just walking the street for 2 minutes, like stuff like that matters. Or if my friends and we taking pictures, and I don't want to be so fucking stoic and like no, we close, we're friends, like let's take a fucking picture. Like, and I tell my friends, and the affection also comes in. I tell my friends, I love you all. That's like physical touch for me in a sense. You know, I show my affection and I want you to feel it and I want you to know it. You know,
feel my
so
love.
Those are my top things. Those are my top two.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Like when you both say that giving gifts. So my understanding is that love languages don't necessarily work that way.
It don't. It's how you interpret it, how you want to be loved.
Yeah. So do you, I mean, like, with that knowledge, like, what has been your experience with, I guess, attending to your partner's love language? Have you done it? Have you been successful with it, or is it always kind of like you kind of forget about it when you're in the moment? Because I feel like a lot of times it's really easy to just show up and like you could give a gift to somebody, but gifts is not. They'll be like, "Oh, this is nice."
You know, I had a wake up call on Monday. Now we talking about this. We're gonna go into it.
Okay.
I am dating again.
Oh.
So yes, I'm dating again, and I got back on the, you know, the horse. You know.
What kind of horse?
Figuratively.
We all know what kind of horse he's talking about.
But and so I had, you know, told the guy.
I was thinking.
You know, we went on a date, and it's like our fourth date, and at this point, and I was like, "Oh, I have something for you when I see you." It wasn't. I think he thought it was like a physical gift. I have something for you when I see you, and he was, you know, like what? But I didn't give the gift until I was absolutely certain that he wanted it, right? And I'm gonna tell you what the gift was, you know. And this is like our fourth date in, and this energy is just so good. And it's always a good time, good discussion, good moments, and I wanted to kiss him. But I asked, I was like, you know, how do you feel about?
Wait, have you not kissed him in the 4 days that?
No.
Wow.
And that's why I said when I see you, I have, because I'm like, oh, we're there, right? I'm like, okay, I want to give you a gift, and my gift is a simple little kiss, you know, little token. But as we were sitting down this last day, we were talking like, well, how do you feel about, you know, kisses and showing affection? He was like, not really. That's not really not my thing. You know, he said something along the lines like I'm not a kisser type of person. Like like I'm more of a hugger, affection type of person, and even that, you know, I don't like a lot of physical stuff going on. I was like, and did I get my gift? No, I did not, because I had to reevaluate. I was like, duh, that's me.
You see how people just talk themselves out of a blessing? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
But that's my, you know, if somebody said they wanted to kiss me and they kissed me, I was like, okay, I would have took it, but I had to like quickly shift gears first. I was like, damn, I was going to kiss you on this date. Like, I felt like we were there. I'm like, damn. I said, okay, well, then we started to restructure what intimacy looks like for him and what it looks like for me, and just talking about certain stuff. I was like, wow. That was a learning experience for me, like really quick on the fly.
Right.
And so I was like, well, when I get the signal from you that you want to go there and you're okay with that, you know, then we will be going there.
Would you like it? What, like, if you never get that signal? What if you ever? Because you said you're an affectionate person, so I feel like that's going to have to be. I mean, like, are you going to be able to just deal with like a hug or something?
I'm a big kisser. I kiss strangers.
Yeah.
I love to kiss too.
A good drunk night, I probably kiss like a couple.
Actually, when I am drunk, I do get a bit of PDA with strangers.
But it's not like this is total absence of, you know, physical touch, because we're across the table and I'm doing stuff like this, and he's not moving his hands or like pulling back or anything. He's actually embracing that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's kind of weird. It's still early, but you're starting to see some type of like definitive structure in the relationship norms, I guess. But it kind of like caught me off guard because I was damn set. I'm like, oh, bitch, we gonna make out tonight. But it didn't happen. I was like,
did you say make out in your head?
I did.
Now, who's the older person here?
What should I say, kiss?
I don't know, but just make out just seems so.
High school.
Yes.
Juvenile.
I mean, sometimes
From like 16 candles.
I
High
think,
school.
I think sometimes a good makeout section is like on a couch. Did I say section? Section.
Sex.
But section.
That's what she
A
said.
makeout
A
section.
makeout session on the couch sometimes. Things hot. That's some good quality time right there.
Belts clanking.
It is. Well, congrats on the new
Snaps for Tony.
boo. You know, hopefully.
No, don't say boo.
Well, I won't say boo.
We're
Just dating. You're not there yet.
Okay, you know, and there's a couple people in the running, so
Mhm.
we're just dating. It's dating. You don't get to know people, so
That's good. That's
Yes.
good. Yeah, I mean, I think I was talking to somebody. Like, I don't know. We've been chit chatting here and there. I don't know. I haven't met up yet, and it's only been a few days. So I'm like, we'll see. But
usually you want to meet people right in the edge. I'm surprised you give them a little time like this.
well, look. I mean, if they don't want to meet up, then what are you gonna do? You know, because I tried to meet up last week. I'm like, you know,
For some PDA.
my thing is like, but you know me. What'd you say?
That's it for some PDA.
Stupid. No. You know, I mean, look, I'd be open for whatever. You know, if it happened to go there, then that's where it goes. But no, you know, I mean, I all I'm saying is I hope somewhere, I don't know. I feel like very soon somebody's going to be popping up. I don't know.
For you.
Nice.
Yes, girl,
You better speak it into existence.
So we'll see. But as far as like me kind of being cognizant of somebody else's love language and trying to attend to that, I don't know. It's like it's really hard to do that, I feel, because you know how you would want to be. It's almost like you go back to that when they tell you like you're a kid, like treat others like the way you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
But when you're dating or when you're in a relationship, like, yes, treat people with respect, blah, blah, blah. But you have to show up how they want to be loved. You have to remember, like, oh, you know, this, if I want my relationship to be its best, and I know Renee likes gifts. You said gifts was your top acts of service. If I know acts of service is your number one thing, then I have to be ready to do the dishes or do the laundry, just to show that I care. But it's hard because I don't like doing the dishes. I don't like doing the lawn. I don't like cutting the lawn. You know, like that is like some effort for somebody.
For the greater good, for your relationship, for the person. You're literally putting everything you want and need.
Well, wouldn't you be doing that anyway?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what a marriage is?
Yeah. I think the person that I should go for is someone who wants to do, like, whose love language is quality time, or like getting gifts, because I love giving gifts. So if their love language is receiving gifts and quality time, I'm the girl for you because I like doing those things.
Right.
A lot of the time, I notice that straight men normally have the love language of more than often it's physical touch. Like,
but that's because they don't know.
They don't even know.
They just say
it.
It's either, and most of the time it's physical touch or it's words of affirmation. Like they just need me to tell them that they're hot all the time.
Well, that I get. I love a compliment.
Yes, I do that. But like,
I do.
No,
I need it all. I need you to tell me I'm amazing. Like if
time.
you want to get in my, I'm just letting y'all know. If you want to get in my pants, you're gonna tell me how sexy I am. You're gonna tell me how amazing I am.
I don't really mind words of affirmation because I love giving people compliments because I just love how everyone looks. Like I've been holding back telling you how handsome you look with your glasses on.
Oh, thank you.
I love your glasses. They fit your face so well. And that's fine, but like physical touch, it turns me on because like I know that I don't really enjoy PDA. I don't really like, you know.
But see, okay, so here's the thing, because physical touch is not necessarily PDA.
Yeah,
like
how they interpret
or it's not
PDA.
PDA.
Like how they interpret it, because even honestly, sometimes in private, like sometimes I don't want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they like genuinely just like physical touch all the time, like I need my alone time.
Yeah.
I'm a pantser. I need to go into
But
my
see,
shell
that's how I
sometimes.
But
know.
wouldn't active service be them being aware that you need some alone time?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Like if I'm extremely tired, like don't touch me. Like I'm going to get agitated.
Exactly.
Like that's the time that I get agitated about PDA. Like you're touching me at the wrong time. But any other time, I mean not any other time, but
No, any other time?
I might be
But
sorry,
I love it.
Oh man.
my gosh.
Yeah, but that's how I know me and you, like if we were ever to be in a relationship, we probably would not mesh.
Oh, we would totally mesh.
Because you would be telling me to stop touching all the time, and I'm very tactile. I like to touch, and I like getting touched. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling the truth.
Get touched.
Yeah.
Okay, I love giving words of affirmation. But yeah, I guess I'm just not a touchy-feely person, which I find surprising, honestly, like for myself. It's just it's very certain moments that I like to be touched, and that I like to touch. Maybe I'll have like one of those. Have you guys seen those like Inside Out octopuses where you can like tie your
So you're gonna flip it out so it's a smiley face or something.
I'm in mood for touching. Here you go.
You just have rules. I mean, you like it. You just have rules to your PDA.
Yeah. I guess so, but I hope I don't come off as like such a prude. Like, don't fucking.
No, my friends used to call me a prude. Like, yeah, I used to be called Prudence McPrude, and I never thought that I was a prude. I just, yeah.
I used to be. I'm a little bit better now. I'm not so prudish.
I feel like I can definitely come off as a prude, but I'm such a freak, and so I feel like guys just don't know.
Yeah.
This alignment, Renee, is so off.
It really is.
You're a prudent freak.
I don't know.
Renee, you're a prudent freak.
I don't. Is that what that is?
I don't know.
A prudent freak? Okay.
Put it on the mug.
Right.
I am gonna get a mug. I'm gonna get a mug. Like a tumbler, and I'm just gonna walk around.
But see, I would be an awful gift giver.
Yeah.
If I'm not like balling, because I will know what could be the perfect gift for somebody, but like I think expensive.
Really, remember I told you before, it's the purpose and the meaning behind it. It's not require a lot of money. It's not required. So a gift can be something you crafted, something you made, something you put time into. It does not require really a good dime.
Right.
Okay, but does it matter what the gift is?
It needs to relate to the person you're giving it to.
Okay.
Like maybe,
So,
maybe you were talking about like, oh my god, I've been such a sloth today. I'm such a sloth. Like if like your partner was saying that a lot, like they're feeling down because they're like such a like they feel like they're being a thought. So what you can do is like let's just say that like you were in the grocery store and you see like a stuffed toy that is a sloth and it's like $5. And then you just come home like, hey, I got you this because you're a sloth or something like that. That's
What do you mean? I'm a sloth.
See?
wow. I wouldn't take it that way.
And like somebody gave me a watch before, and I don't wear watches. I just started wearing my Apple Watch again because it helps me with track tennis and everything. But outside that, I'm not a watch person. I was like, thank you. I said, but do you know, I don't know if you know, I don't wear watches. Oh my God, I just thought you would like it. Once again, the thought was beautiful, but the meaning behind it, purposeful, meaningful.
Because they didn't have you in mind.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no purpose and no meaning. It's like, oh, you thought I would like a watch because it was
nice. Because it was nice.
What? And what were no?
So sorry for the person who gave him that watch that is now watching.
But they took it back, and got me something with more meaning and purpose to it. So I had to, in that moment. I think sometimes when we get gifts, we say, "Oh, because it's the thought." Somebody say it's a thought. We shut down our defense mechanisms and say, "Oh, well, thank you," and you don't like them fucking pair of socks. Thanks, Grandma. And to go in the fucking grandma drawer for Christmas. It's like, damn.
My aunt, rest in peace, was a horrible gift giver. Like when I say horrible, I mean horrible.
What was the worst gift you got? or one of them?
I used to be in love with Heathcliff Huxtable's pajamas.
Oh,
pajamas with the long night shirt, and so once she just gave me this flannel robe and these boxers to go, but the boxers were like an extra large, and I was at that time like wearing a 14, 16, and so it was like, when am I ever going to wear this? Like, never. She gave me cologne, like just cologne that I just like stuff. She was like, she would just buy stuff and be like, oh, this person would like it, but I just like, I never.
She didn't like put actual.
No, it was just like, I got a gift, and so here you go.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just, if I were to fall in love with somebody who needed gifts, I just think it would be difficult, or it would give me anxiety to be like, okay, I gotta get.
But I think you're placing too much importance on the gift and not the gift that speaks to the person. So the gift doesn't have to be. But I'm saying, like, if they like, you know, I mean, if you're gonna be dating, so you're assuming, I'm assuming you're dating some high profile person that. Like,
no, I don't even know if I just know. You know, like, it's one thing if this person has like a mug collection and every year I can just get them a new mug for $10, $5. That's one thing. But you know, you might end up with somebody who likes, you know, diamond necklaces and rings and stuff.
And when it gets appropriate, sometimes when it's appropriate, you wear 5 years and a nice cute little tennis bracelet. Okay, there are moments for that.
Right.
Right, and there are moments and I love candles. And give me a candle, and I love plants. Plant that can grow.
Flowers.
It's time that tells with little stuff like that. Like, when I'm dating right now, his birthday's next week. I'm almost certainly going to give him a gift, but a gift.
I know what kind of gift you gonna give him.
A plant.
What
is that not true?
Oh, what, that gift.
What are you referring to, Jarrod?
That gift.
I want to know. Oh my God. It would be nothing sexual. I promise you. Absolutely not. What do y'all think? I'm like the common whore around here or something?
I thought that was me, but I guess I'm a prude.
A prudent whore.
Wow.
It was freak.
A prudent freak. I'm sorry. A prudent freak.
Jeez.
You know, but no, I don't know. We don't know. We'll see.
So as the prudent freak, so if I were to kind of, you know, like, get to really like someone whose love language is, you know, physical touch, what would your advice be for me as someone who isn't like someone who is that much into physical touch? Like, if one of like the love languages that is, you know, your person's like love language, but you're not too comfortable with it, like it's not something that you do, what advice would you give?
Nice foot rub after a long day, a massage,
I can do
bubble
massage.
bath. Remember, physical touch is not always to be like I'm
actual touching you.
You know what I mean? Sometimes physical touch is like your presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you know what I mean?
No, it has to be a touch.
Oh, yeah, but okay. I'm here with Renee, my presence, and like we're cuddled up. This is physical touch and it's quality time at the same time. You know, so.
Well, I would also say, you know, it could be something as simple as, you know, when you're passing through the room, you know, you just touch them on the shoulder and just acknowledge their presence there, and just acknowledge that, you like that.
And their presence.
Huh?
It's along the same lines.
The way he was talking about it sounds like you just need to be in the room.
Right.
No.
But it's along the same lines as how we were telling Jarrod about gift giving. Like, it doesn't have to be like this big thing. And like what Jarrod just said, like, if he's in the room and you brush past him, there you go.
Yeah. You can do a butt squeeze.
But see, you want to do more. You want to do more, but you don't want to do more.
I don't know who I am.
What would be difficult for you, Tony, to do for your partner? Which of these love languages? Because did we even say what they all were? I don't even know if we listed them. Okay, so just for everybody's reference, and I'll put these in the show notes so y'all can reference it previously, but acts of service, physical touch, gift giving, words of affirmation, and quality time. So, yeah, which of those do you think would be, I guess, more difficult for you?
I think I'm always going to go. I'm always moving. Probably quality time.
I guessed it. I said that in my head. I knew it.
Oh wow! I Oh wow, would that be it? But I don't know if I can even say that because I make time. Like I'm always doing something. I have to make time.
But maybe the person who is like whose love language is quality time might need more of it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Or what if they don't live in the same city that you live
Oh,
in?
well, that's different. But I mean, you could still have quality time. It would just have to be like a FaceTime or something, or like a video call. Yeah, that's what I would think. If
I'm
you're
with the
long
hustle and
distance.
bustle thing, so I probably have to struggle with quality time. If we're gonna be doing something, I need to be meaningful, purposeful, and like we can't just be idle. You know what I mean? I'm like that probably would be a little struggle for me.
For me, I mean, I think gift giving would be my difficulty.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there were anything. Yeah, I mean, I would be good with acts of service.
You're not gonna do my laundry for me?
I'm not doing your laundry, boo.
Damn.
I will hire somebody. Does that count?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it counts.
So if I hire somebody to clean the house.
Oh gosh.
That's a gift.
Right now.
That's a gift.
Okay.
Oh God.
That's
a gift and
Yes,
acts of
If a man-
service.
If a man
Okay.
told me that he was sending someone to clean my apartment for me,
Mm-hmm.
anything you wanted. You want me
All
to
the
Because-
PDA.
touch you anywhere? Yes. Absolutely.
I have a monthly subscription. I'll send you my coupon if you want, Renee.
I mean, what are you looking from a gal like me?
Hello. Touch me, Renee.
Oh,
Physically
goodness.
touch me.
Yeah, but like for me to do acts of service, I could do it. It just depends on what it is. But some of that stuff,
I truly,
really,
it's
I think
hard. Like, I mean,
it depends on the person.
So glory
It
holes
really
out of the
does.
question.
Like what?
oh
Renee is
God,
all type of shit over
he
here.
said a glory hole is out of the question. Look. So anyway.
Oh my God.
Look, I mean, like it would like okay. So if I were to do acts of service, I would like to not be on the hook all the time with acts of service, and I don't know because I feel like you're on the hook for everything else all the time. So maybe that's not fair.
Yeah, I was about to say, wouldn't that be? But But I don't think the love languages are meant to be hooks that you have to or check marks that you be like, okay, I did this, I did that. It's just an assessment of where you are individually and where you are romantically with the person that you
And, like, what's
see
most
yourself.
meaningful?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I guess, and I always think in a very kind of like logical way. So it's always, so for me, like, I probably would most likely go like, did I do my words of affirmation today? Did I do that today?
Good morning, gorgeous.
Am I being a good boyfriend? And then it's like 12 o'clock at night, and I'm like waking up like, oh, you look really great today. Go back to sleep, and they'd be like, bitch. No, but I mean, that's kind of where my mind goes. It's just like I have to make sure that I'm keeping that on point.
Right.
But what would be difficult for you?
I think quality time, and not because I couldn't do it, but because I've always been open to dating outside of my current surroundings. So
as in like long distance or something?
Yeah,
okay.
like I met a guy January 1st, New Year's Day.
Oh.
Actually, not on purpose, because I kind of just got out of something that I thought was going to be something. But I met a guy, and we've been talking since January, and he lives in Maryland.
Okay.
And so, though it's not like far, but we've managed to, keep the lines of communication open and just, seeing where things go.
That's cool. That's cool.
I know.
Well, how are you going to do that when one of your top ones is physical touch?
Who and what?
How are you going to do that long distance thing when one of your top ones is physical touch?
We have to we have to plan it because my schedule is also like really like weird, for most people. like actually for anybody. So we have to make it so when we are together, physical touch is extremely important. Like you're not leaving until I'm touched. It's like no
Oh, I get it.
But yeah, no, I do. I like because I have said that I was like, you left and you didn't kiss me, and so yeah.
And you mentioned it after they're gone.
Well, yes, I did
Oh.
because I shouldn't have had to say it at all. And because if he
I
knows
kind of get what you mean about like if maybe like I'm just really bringing up house chores, and I think if I live alone, I would really love someone to help me. But if I did live with someone, and like I was the person who was like always taking care of the dishes, like you literally left without doing the dishes or something like that. I don't want to have to tell you
right
to do the dishes.
Oh my God, Renee. You left without doing these fucking dishes.
I would be mad.
Yeah, I could hear it. I could hear her now.
I'm sorry that I'm my mother's daughter, but that would piss me off, especially if I'm the one who's always doing it.
No, I mean, it's just funny because it's relatable. Like, I get it. Like, I probably would have a moment myself. Like, you promised to do X, Y, Z. Why is it not done?
So, yeah, no, I get what you're saying about, like, waiting for them to do it because you don't want to have to tell them.
I dated someone a long time ago who didn't do the laundry. I mean, we had you don't have to go outside. The wash and dry is downstairs. You're not going to do the laundry. You're just going to sit and wait for me to do it. And then I would get pissed because I'm like, clothes is piling up. There's two of us. So there's even more.
Y'all didn't map out that type of stuff when y'all moved out with each other?
No, because sometimes I can be really, really fast. In my younger day, I mean, just recently, I'm not so much younger, but because I just did it like a couple months ago before the January 1st, I moved really fast. Because I'm an organic lover, and so I know what it is when I see it and when I feel it. Not necessarily see it, when I feel it. And so I don't necessarily need to like go through the time, but I do it to protect myself sometimes. And sometimes I let myself go and I just be in the moment. And so, yeah.
I have a question for you because you said that you'd like to date outside of outside of your surroundings. Why is that?
Because I've never really felt like Philadelphia had anything for me.
Okay.
And so just like I spent before being on Black Pride, I used to travel to Pride a lot, and so you meet people and so the person that you find the most interesting never lives anywhere close to you.
It's crazy.
And so, but I always said that if it's right, I would be open to it.
It's funny because I feel like everybody that I've ever been in relationship with, situationship, I guess I'll call it. I think I've only been with maybe one native Philadelphian. Everybody else is from out of town. It's very interesting. And I don't know what that is necessarily, but
it's what people are. So now we want to get into some other stuff.
Let's go.
It's the preferences which we all have, but it's the way in which people put out their preferences. And so it makes it very hard to date in Philadelphia because people have they're like stuck with, like, what's that? Flies to shit? With their preferences. And there's no room.
There's no room to
delineate from that. And I'm not saying that you throw away all of your things, but, I think, getting older, it sometimes allows you, or it should allow you, an opportunity to open up a little bit because, obviously it wasn't working, and not that you're this, because we also have a biological clock too, but not in terms of the way that women have it. But, if you're still single and you're an aging, black gay man, you're like, what's going to happen? I mean, am I physically fit? Am I, do I look gorgeous? You know, am I attractive enough? You know, all those things that you feel that you need to be appealing to someone else. You know, they start to, you know, chip away at you if you have not like successfully, you know, found someone that you could share something with.
Yeah, I mean that's sad. So I just know it's like I need to travel 2 hours north or south in order to actually date somebody, like to New York and DC. That's what everybody's been telling me. You know, I'm still holding out hope for Philly guys. You know, a lot of you guys are nice, but it's just like it's very hard. Like I don't know, like the culture here. It's like what I've learned is we're kind of closed off, but if you come at us the right way, we open up pretty quickly. It's kind of it's kind of the vibe that I'm getting now. Like if you see a little click and you just insert yourself and just like, I don't really care, you know, I don't really care about this whole facade that you have up of being like the perfect group of friends or whatever. I'm gonna come up in here and just be like, yo, what's going on? And then they have no choice but to go along with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, look, I've done that.
You have.
Well, I have.
You've broken into a clique and said, hey, I want you.
I haven't said, hey, I want you, but I mean, I will start talking, you know? Yeah. But
mean,
it's
like,
just like, it's different because when you're in a different city, I feel like sometimes, and maybe it's just having a traveler's mentality also.
Yeah.
And maybe it's also like you're running into other people who are traveling as well. That makes it a little bit easier because you're a lot more open to having conversations with new people when you're in that mindset. But I feel like also like the cultures in some other cities, they're a lot more open to talking with new people. And
well, Philly is tough in itself because people aren't as free either. And I think that's why people gravitate to New Yorkers or the DC area, DMV rather, because they are a lot freer in themselves and what they want. When I was younger, I have to stop saying that because
Younger.
a few years back, like when we used to go to New York a lot, it just was like I always thought I would be with a New York guy because they knew what they wanted and they didn't have a problem with telling you what it was. Do I think that now? Sure, but I haven't, like, you know, it's hard because my interest in terms of how I go out now is different than before. I still like the club, but
but you know, I mean, like I feel like on one hand, it's like we have our thumb on the pulse of what's happening in Philly, but it could be very similar in other cities as well. It's like the nuances are very minute. I feel, and I know New York has its own problems. It's got you know the whole. You know, there's always somebody new around the corner, and so it's very hard to get into a stable thing because you know, shiny object syndrome, whatever they call it, where it's just like, you know, okay,
that's
like
what they say about Atlanta too.
Yeah, I could imagine. I feel like if I were to go to Atlanta, I would have to just go and like luck out on like the first person and then just lock it down. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like,
even if you move there, or
I'm saying like if I moved there, like the only way, like I feel like there are some cities where it's just like the only way that you're actually gonna find love is like you just have to move, and then if somebody is like, if you just vibing with somebody, like lock it down and then just don't do it anymore, like don't date anymore, like lock it down immediately.
If I locked it down the first man that I went out with in Philly, God help me. No.
You know, during the earlier onset of COVID-19, I found Whole Foods to be quite interesting place to meet people.
Really?
You start going to the Whole Foods in Philly because the one in Town is just a bunch of old people.
No, I'm just saying I've found it quite like people would just be in there.
You're not wrong, especially
thumping on the melons. So, no,
I
Oh God.
No, I'm kidding. But there's some really attractive people that go into Whole Foods, and plus they have like the little
area,
the food bar that wine, like you can buy wine and sit in there and drink it.
It's the food bar where you can really meet the fellas because they don't know how to cook. Some of them, so they'll just go to Whole Foods on a Wednesday night at like 5 o'clock to get dinner.
Huh, interesting.
Oh, don't tell me that. I might have to be in.
I remember one time
I see Tony in Whole Foods like for the rest of the week.
Whole Foods. Listen,
I want to try Trader Joe's.
That's another one.
I feel like Trader Joe's is a lot more.
You just can't go at peak times at Trader Joe's because it's hard because there's so many people in there.
I can't judge Trader Joe's or Whole Foods because the ones that I go to is just a bunch of old people and families.
So I'm like, you have to go to the right one too, right?
So
I think you have to go
in the city.
I remember I went to like my local grocery store and it was this cute guy and I was reaching for a can. I was like, oh my, I can't. Can you grab that for me? I'm sorry, I can't reach it.
No, you didn't.
I really couldn't though. I mean,
I love the flirt.
I actually needed the help, but he was just like, sure. Like he was like genuinely amused, but I could tell he was like he wasn't like feeling me like that. But I just thought it was funny.
Flirting or you really need the help?
It was kind of both. It was kind of both. Because I really could not reach it, but
I'm gonna start using that. If I see like a really hot guy,
what? I mean, and you like acts of service, so that's like right up your alley.
Hey, I can not.
Way to break it down.
I'm not tall.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We love.
Absolutely can do that.
Guys love a damsel in distress. They love, if we can be a hero, we'll do that.
Tarzan, you train. Stop it. I got it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, even me, like, if a guy were to ask me to, like, help them or something, like, I don't know, you like create these little openings for people to kind of, insert themselves if they want.
I am so proud of you. That was something I would have done.
So smooth.
Yeah.
Renee, you should do the bend and snap.
I would never do that as a serious thing. I love Elle Woods, but I don't think that would ever work.
Am I?
Right in the market. Real story. I was in Croatia for a house music festival, and it was this fine chocolate brother walking by, and so I had this fan, and me and my best friend were sitting at the wine bar just laughing. I was like, I was casually dropping things like on the ground and see. I was like, because I was telling him this is how you know a gentleman, if you drop it on the ground and you pick it up. And so he comes walking by, I casually threw it on the ground, and some other guy picks it up, and I was like, no, not you, but across these women saw what I was doing, and we just had the biggest laugh because I thought the conversation was between me and my best friend, but somebody else was watching me too. But we all agreed but that's how you find a gentleman.
Yeah. You gotta have to do that.
But then that's how you might find the married man gentleman, because he's like, I'm used to this, let me just get that for you.
I got it.
Oh man. All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an interesting topic. I don't know if this was necessarily anything that we had to help people on. I don't know if there's any
fun topic. I think it was a fun discussion.
But I mean, I guess as far as advice is concerned, be cognizant of your your partner's love language, and find ways to kind of work that into your routine. You might not naturally be a gift giver, but pay attention. If they say, oh, that would be really nice to have, keep that in your, write a list or something. I'm sorry, what is this dog's name? Gia. Can we bring her on camera?
Gia,
she's like here. All in my
she's
lap
all
right now.
Cry.
I was just like,
just as a physical touch that Jerry wants.
Yes. See, I need to get a dog. The thing is, I like taking care of dogs. See, that's the acts of service part.
What?
See, I like the physical touch, but I'm not, acts of service. That's why. Yeah. So this is it. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So I think that's it. Just be cognizant of that, and Yeah, you'll be in good shape. So I want to thank everybody for watching this week. Again, comment, like, share. Let us know what you thought. We will absolutely be sharing a bunch of clips on here, so I know you guys will tell us what you think, and I'll probably be deleting and blocking some of you because that's what. So
You be deleting and blocking.
Shoot, then people on TikTok think they could just come on my page and say anything.
Oh.
Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Computers, I'm like, you wouldn't even say that to me.
And it's always the ones with no profile picture, or like,
User
you know,
185,
yeah,
6,
it's
7.
like, all
You don't
right,
just keep it up. You don't keep the comments up.
no, like
Just
some of them
negative.
just go over the top, like, and it's like, I get it, like if the video was like, you know, one of those haha videos, you know, everybody laugh at Jarrod time. Okay, I'm gonna give you that one, but don't be coming up on my other page talking about, remember when the blonde one was that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, delete, boo boo. We're not doing that on this video. You know what I'm saying?
I'll delete you after I'm like, because I have time.
Jarrod, no, I would comment
I have time.
to the people. I got
And then
time
I'll
all the
delete
time.
you.
I would comment. They be saying comments about Tony. I would say, well, hold on, because X, Y, and Z, such and such, so and so. I play. You comment something about Tony, I'm gonna respond. I promise you, I will.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, you do that with him. I will not engage.
Shit,
I will not
I
engage.
know.
But I love you. Thank you.
With love.
With love.
Okay, we'll cut you with love.
Listen.
Okay, so yeah, until next time,
If
if you have nobody else,
You
you got us.